Inhumanity, one of the biggest problems is that babies make babies. We don't have a sense that a boy needs to be a man, a girl needs to become a woman, and only a man and a woman should make babies. Adults should make babies, not babies should make babies. When a 16-year-old, when an 18-year-old makes a baby, she doesn't have any kind of life experience to transmit to the baby. She's gonna basically make her baby into yet another baby and to remain into a baby state of mind. We need adults on the planet. Adulthood is the state of victory of the soul. Remaining a baby is not a state of victory. It's the state of defeat. It's the state of being stupid to life. You can only become smart to life when you become an adult, when you understand the facts of life and death, survival, rent, mortgage, money, car, gasoline, power, work, all this kind of stuff. A baby doesn't know anything about this. So why is he making another baby? The facts about humanity is that close to 50% of all babies are unwanted, which means they come out of sex. They come out of passion. They come out of a need for sex. They come out of being drunk. They come out of having some pot or God knows what. There's a tremendous sexual need in a teenager. Sex is a power of growth of a boy to a man or a girl to a woman. We don't accept that in this present day human society. Sex is still a forbidden fruit even to this day. In May 2018, the Washington Post in the United States, 45% of the babies born in the United States in 2018 were unwanted pregnancies. But they got pregnant and the baby came out anyway. We don't have a sense that when you don't want a baby, you're not ready for a baby, you're not ready mentally for a baby, you're not ready financially for a baby. A baby is a 20-year ordeal. A baby is not like having a cat or a dog. A baby needs a lot of attention, a lot of money, a lot of management in order to grow properly. If you don't have that time, if you don't have that desire, if you don't have that passion, don't have the baby. But then abortion is required. If the baby is coming at a time where the woman or the man is not ready for that baby, abortion is required. But abortion is often very difficult to get. It's very controversial. I don't understand why it should be so controversial. If you look at a baby, they don't even know where they are. Even when the baby's out of the womb, they don't even know where they are. They're trying to figure out this world. They're trying to figure out if they're alive or dead themselves. It takes a long time to build a personality. It takes 12 to 13 years to build a personality and to want things, right? A fetus is in a state of just lost. It's just lived by instinct. There is no strong personality there. Killing, let's say what it is. Abortion is killing a fetus. Is that a real crime? It's not a crime for many reasons. First, the baby's not even born. They don't even know what life is. They haven't drawn their first breath. They're not conscious of their existences yet because their personality is not formed. It takes a long time to form a personality. Right? The baby wouldn't even know if it was dead or alive or if it was murdered. We don't understand these things. In humanity, there's a lot of sex going on, and most of the sex humans have nothing to do with making babies. Desiring a baby happens once in a blue moon. Once every 1,000 sexual acts, maybe there's a desire for a baby, which means there's 999 times sex is happening without a desire to have a baby. So what we need is a pill to make a baby rather than a pill to prevent a pregnancy. We need a new kind of treatment. With the science that is available, contraception has advanced. There's a way for a woman to prevent pregnancy by having an IUD device that creates a hormonal status in her uterus for her not to have a baby. You have to be ready to have a baby. You have to be ready mentally to have a baby, and you have to be ready financially to have a baby. A baby's going to want a lot of attention. A baby's going to want red carpet treatment, not a no carpet treatment, which is usually the way things are. When a teenager has a baby, when an adolescent has a baby which is unwanted, and they usually end up having the baby because abortion is very difficult to get in many states, especially in many countries, right? Life is in crisis. The woman's life has changed dramatically. She can have no career. She can't date other men. She can't explore life the way she would or the way a man would, right? And a baby is going to have a bad life right there because the mother is depressed, the mother is too young, the mother has no money, poverty is there. There's going to be problems for the baby. And the baby, of course, hell has a way of regenerating itself onto the next generation. And one of the principal ways it does that is through unwanted pregnancies. I myself was born from an 18-year-old married to a 24-year-old, an 18-year-old mother who didn't even want to get married. The marriage was forced upon her by her family. It was an arranged marriage. And she wasn't exactly happy getting married, and she wasn't very happy having a child. This was all forces that were not within her own will to decide her own life. So how is a child going to fare well in the middle of this crazy environment? I did not fare well. If life wants paradise, paradise on earth, not paradise on the moon, not paradise in the heaven of the dead with angels, paradise on earth, right? It has to control babies and baby making. There could even be a baby permit. If you don't have the money, if you don't have the maturity, you don't have the baby. Or there must be some kind of punishment. Or some kind of abortion. I mean, life can enrich itself with the growth of adulthood. We need adults making more adults. We don't need babies who are all fucked up, all crooked, making more crooked and fucked up babies, which is the present day humanity. It's a madhouse. The species is a madhouse when 45% of pregnancies are unwanted. I mean, a lot of pregnancies happen in the middle of a haze of alcohol and drugs in adolescence. Accidental pregnancies because of a party or because of going out with a guy. One of the best ways to get rid of unwanted babies is to make sex legal for women, which it isn't. It's still considered a sin for a woman to have sex. The right to sex, the right to have as much sex as they want. Just like men have that right. The man can have as much sex as they want. They can go out with as many women as they want. They become Napoleon Bonaparte, Alexander the Great, Julius Caesar, when they conquer 20 women sexually. But a woman doesn't have this status. She never even asked for this status. That's what craziness this is. A woman feels that virginity is some kind of virtue. It isn't a virtue for many reasons. Nobody wants somebody without sexual experience. Sexual experience makes you a better woman, not a worse woman. A woman who is inexperienced with sex as a child. So we need women to forget this chastity business of the Stone Age, to have the right to sexuality and to explore sexuality the way they want, to date as many men as they want, just like men date as many women as they want. We need a contraceptive, all women, and we need to prevent women below 25 from having any kind of baby. You can't know this life in 25 years. You can't know what's going on this planet in 25 years, right? And usually at 25, you don't have any money. When a child falls in your lap and you got to take care of it for 20 years, you have to be ready for that. You have to be ready mentally, and you have to be ready financially. Women are the biggest problem here. this whole chastity thing makes sex a bank robbery, right? And the teenage years are full of a force of sexuality that is prevented from expression from our backward society. We should be able to have sex without having to have babies. And we need, the state needs to take proper action for this to happen. We need the sex. We don't need the babies. We'll have the babies when we're ready to have the babies.